Hey, I want to talk a little bit about ketamine and depression, how it works, how long the benefits last, and I also want to share my own personal experience with it. So ketamine is not a new substance. It's been around since 1962, and it's been used for a variety of things that they kind of found by accident. I won't go into all the details that people that have had some ketamine said that their suicidality went away or their depression greatly diminished. So they started doing a little bit of research on that. And what they found is that at a sub-anesthetic dose or a lower dose, that ketamine has seems to have some benefit for depression. And there is speculation of how that works with the glutamate and GABA receptors, but honestly, no one really knows. I will give you my opinion on how I think it works and what my experience was. So ketamine, when you take it orally, your liver breaks it down, so it really very little gets into your system. So typically it needs to be done either in an IV or an intramuscular injection. And it seems that you need at least 3 and up to 6 treatments for it to really be effective. So I had the opportunity to experience it. I have a history of PTSD and of depression, and I'm always exploring things, and then I'm finding ways to offer those to people that I work with. And so I had the opportunity to experience an intramuscular injection of ketamine. And I do have some experience with some other substances for depression that alter states of consciousness, like psilocybin and ayahuasca and MDMA. So in comparison to that, I was able to have this experience and to see what it was, how it was similar, how it was different. But really what all of these things do is that they give you an experience of a different state of consciousness. And the effectiveness, whether you get, it's almost like a vehicle, whether you take the ayahuasca vehicle or you take the psilocybin vehicle or you take the MDMA vehicle, there is a way for at least a temporary period of time, to be free from your conditioning. And it is our conditioning, what we think about ourselves, what we think about life, and the patterns in that in our brains that are mostly unconscious. So this conditioning is unconscious, that creates chronic states of depression and anxiety, and certainly trauma can really drive a pattern very deeply into your brain, that even if life is good and nothing really bad is going on, there's this underlying sense of doom or waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that kind of feeling, or depression or feeling bad about yourself. So unfortunately, these are things I have a lot of experience with. So what happened for me with the ketamine is about 3 minutes after I got the injection, I could feel that I was kind of floating off into a different space. And for about 15 minutes, it was very much a mystical experience for me. And the best way I can describe it is that my normal state of consciousness is like I was an actor on a stage. And for 15 minutes, I got to go backstage and see that, oh, okay, I play that role. That's what I do every day, but that's not who I am. And also get a sense of, oh, I'm choosing to play that role, and I can come back and play that role or not. So it creates this window and this opening of getting people unstuck, and that's what I experienced. I felt free from the conditioning for a little while. But the thing with ketamine is that it doesn't keep you there. So it kind of takes you to that place, and without any type of support or counseling or things, what happens is people usually feel that way for about a week. So that's about how long it lasts if there's not the appropriate support. So in the biomedical model, which is just take people in, give them an infusion or injection, and then they feel better. They dramatically go from feeling suicidal to feeling pretty amazing, which is great. That in and of itself is beneficial, but it doesn't really last. And so the deeper research and what I've seen working with other medicines like psilocybin and ayahuasca is it's preparing for that experience and then being supported after. So another way to think about it is ketamine really gives you a near-death experience, which is can be terrifying. For me, it was very pleasant, but it's not always pleasant. But however you experience it in the moment, is it's a break. It's you're kind of broken out of that normal everyday conditioning, and then what makes it stick, what makes it work, is the integration. So it's like a near death, but then you need to be reborn, and so that requires support. So that's been my experience with these other medicines, and certainly with ketamine too. So if you're considering ketamine, I would say make sure that you're properly prepared and that you get the right support after, especially with ketamine. It seems that 12 to 24 hour period after the medication is when your brain is malleable, and you can start creating some new neural pathways and have those reinforced, and then that becomes basically you're being reconditioned consciously to see yourself and life in a different way. So I hope that helps. And for more, you can always reach out to me. My website, my phone number is there, my email is there. So reach out to me. I can help connect you with with people in your area, or share with you more about what I'm doing here. Okay, bye.